How long have you been working on this jump?
Double axel I've been working on since 2017, so 3-4 years right now, yeah. My name is Mitchel, and I've been skating since the age of 3. I am 18 now, and I've pretty much done it my entire life, so yeah, it's been a part of me. So on a normal basis, I would skate probably about 6 out of 7 days a week. I know, crazy.
How many hours a week would you do that?
Well, each day I skate about an hour and a half to 2 hours on average. So yeah, a lot.
That's okay. So that has to take like a toll on your body. How?
Yeah. So I a long time ago I had injured my knee. It was like my right kneecap, and it was a very minor injury, but I had to go to physical therapy for it, and eventually it got better. And then I had an issue with my feet, and I actually had bunions develop, and it was because of the shape of my skates and wearing them so often. So I had to have surgery to remove those. And then also from all my falls, I had started developing back pain. And I was like, why is this hurting me? Like I've never dealt with back pain before. So I kind of laid off of doing my skating skills for a little bit, but then I eventually saw a doctor, and the doctor ended up telling me that I had a stress fracture in my L5. And it was on the right side. I was dealing with a lot of pain. So this was big news for me, and is still a problem for me today. I had also found out after that I have another stress fracture on the left side. So yeah, to find out that you have 2 cracks in your back, it's scary.
Especially at age 18. Like
at age 18,
scary.
and skating day in and day out, you're taking hard falls. That's just part of the sport. And taking those falls, it's a lot of pressure on the back. So that would be something I'm trying to work through right now. I have gone to physical therapy, and currently I am in athletic training to try and strengthen the rest of my body in that surrounding area, so I'm not facing as many issues.
There are 6 different types of jumping elements in figure skating, and the one that stands out most to people is the axel jump. All of these 6 skating elements can be done in single, double, triple, quad, potentially someday quintuple rotations. But the axel has a unique challenge that it has a forward takeoff instead of a backwards takeoff, which means that the axel jump has an extra half of rotation compared to all of its other jumping counterparts. So a single axel is going to go 1.5 times around in the air instead of once. A double axel will go around 2.5 times. So that added complexity to adding an extra half a rotation, as well as just the mental and fear factor of jumping forwards into the air, really makes the axel a unique jump. One of the most difficult things with teaching a double axel, especially as opposed to a single axel, is the level at which that skater is. You don't get to the point in your skating career of learning a double axel without being a very good figure skater. And so typically leading up to the point of learning a double axel, that skater has experienced a lot of success. And they can think back to the experience of learning a single axel and remembering it was hard, but at the point of learning a double axel, they don't really believe that that was hard for themselves. They're like, well, yeah, I made it hard, but now that jump is so easy, how could that be hard? And after learning a single axel, a lot of the other jumps come very quickly and easily. So that skater is not often mentally prepared for something to be as difficult as the double axel is. So the mental preparation of the skater in that period leading up to actually starting to learn the double axel has a lot to do with how that learning process goes and how they understand and are willing to accept that this is a very difficult element and this is going to be different than anything they remember in the near past of their skating career.
Would you say that you're ever frustrated with the fact that, like, even when you land a jump, you're never done with it?
Yeah, I actually realized that a lot today. You know, with my injuries that have happened, I have not been able to really practice this jump in the way that I normally
When
do.
I pull back and like I don't go for it fully, I end up falling more. So I need to like adjust and put full effort forward.
That takes a toll on the jump. You're not practicing that technique day in and day out. And so it starts to change and you don't know how to adjust. So it takes each day that you practice being able to devote some time to that jump and really finish it. Like think of what is going to fix it, because a lot of times it changes and you don't know how to fix it.
Landing a first axel is a huge accomplishment for most skaters. Landing a double axel is a second huge accomplishment for most skaters. From the coaching standpoint, these are the 2 points in a figure skater's development where I see that there is the most frustration and therefore the most fallout in participation. Just because the jump is so difficult in order to learn and master, it does create some frustration, but the skaters who work past that and continue on really tend to enjoy the jump and be glad that they put in the time and effort to accomplish it.
Do you remember the first time you landed it, like for real?
Yeah.
What was that feeling like?
It was like you just felt this rush of excitement. You weren't expecting to land it because all the previous ones you had fallen on or stepped on. And so just finally landing it, getting that sense of, okay, I've done it. Like that was what really made me happy.
So a lot of our discussion on double axels today has really focused on how difficult the element is and how much frustration goes into actually learning it. But the other thing that you have to remember is what the payout is at the end. It isn't just a process of frustration and falling down and getting up and falling down and getting up. In that process and eventually in mastering the jump, you develop this feeling that is like nothing else in the world of being able to fly through the air and glide out on the ice. And that moment as a coach, when you see a skater land that element for the first time and you see in their face that the weeks or months or possibly even years that they have spent on it was all suddenly worth it, it's worth it to be part of that process.
There you go! Hey!